Hello everyone, we're back with Dai Katana Part 5. This is the last book we have so far. 6 isn't out yet, and 5 leaves on a cliffhanger. So holy smokes, we have a long time to wait till we find out what happens. We have to wait to find out if a certain character lives or a certain character dies, which sucks in my book, but this is a really good one. We start off with them getting back from after their battle with the Scruffy Dogs, and they are heading into the town, and they decide they're going to rest because they're exhausted. They used up all their spells. They're going to take a day off. At night, Female Warrior and Cap go sit down and have a talk, and you find out the backstory of Female Warrior. Now, Female Warrior, like we found out in book 3, she's like those orphan girls. She met up with girls at the same orphanage, went and started going out adventuring for money and stuff. Her party died, and then her second party died, and that is where we meet her originally. Now, she says she's just joking to Cap, but in the bonus comic right after it ends, it talks about her thinking about her sisters. The orphanage part was actually true. So we do get backstory of Female Warrior, and we actually get her real name. It's a line because of course they're not going to tell us. So she actually has a real name that she tells Cap, but to us it just looks like a straight line. It also gives us a backstory of the Dungeon of Death and why people do not make it out, because their convictions is we're just out for money, and that was what the Scruffy Dogs were as well. We run into the character who told them about the Scruffy Dogs and where to find them. Then that person just disappears, so we don't know if that person is just like a possible, like the gods, as in the players playing the dice game, because the Four Cornered World is actually a D&D game. So it could be one of the players of the actual game, and they just disappear right away. And you find out that Cap has a meal named after him at the Golden Knight, because that's all he eats is the same thing every breakfast. He runs into the Diamond Knight, who tells him, oh, I hear you guys defeated those guys, because it's going to be either one of us. And we find out Cap's kind of a dick, and it doesn't seem like the rest of it, like the rest of his character, but when he talks to other people outside of his party, he's kind of a dick. And then we have more flirting with him and Female Warrior. In the bonus comic, we actually find out that she like really likes him. So I'm not just thinking this, and like there's even a scene where he's a little uncomfortable because she's, well, he's not really uncomfortable. He's like blushing because she's like rubbing her boobs up on him, because she's like, oh, come on, Cap, right? And he gets a little emotional. But we have zombies in this one. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. We have zombies in this one, and it's super cool. And they're like, oh, we can't, my sword is awful. And they're like, don't get bit. And then Cap gets bit right after. He's like, I'm fine. Female Warrior's like, why do I have to do all the work? Because it found out, like, basically she has to do like the stabbing because the sword's not good at finishing off the zombies, but the spear is. So she has to go around stabbing the rest of the zombies to make sure they're all dead. So does the monk. So the monk does that as well, but I don't know what weapon the monk does. He might just punch him in the face. It doesn't really say how he kills them. We have zombies, and then there is a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference in it, and it's freaking awesome. They even show the holy hand grenade, and they're like, it's a rabbit. And the rabbit like comes off right as they enter the room and bites Cap. So Cap gets bit a lot. Cap's get hit a lot. And the rabbit like is trying to tear through his arm, and he like cuts it and sends it flying. And they're like, ah, yes, I heard of this rabbit. And there was a bunch of brave knights that had to take it on, and they only had some help from an old relic. I think it was called the Old Lady Hand Grenade instead of the Holy Hand Grenade, the Old Lady Hand Grenade. So I kind of laughed. It's really funny. This one's a lot of fun. You get some great backstory. You get some great mechanics with the characters. Scout even takes the lead, so they changed the party. And the funny thing is, when they changed the party, Myrmidon Monk is kind of like reading like their version of a magazine, I guess, and he's like talking about sports betting. So it's kind of funny that he's like betting on like sports games in this world. So it's kind of funny that they have that and everything. And then they get into, they're like, we're going to check one more room. Cap falls into a pitfall, and luckily Female Warrior saves him. And then we get another fight with ninjas. There's ninjas in this one. Like, it's my mind is blown. There's ninjas, and some of them are spellcaster ninjas, so it's like, oh no. And then a big slash to some character's throat. I can't tell you who it is, but I think you know who it is. But now I have to wait till the 6th book comes out, and the 6th book isn't out. I'm going to have to ask some people if it's out in Japanese, just so I can know, like, usually when the Japanese book comes out, it's like 3 months later that we get an English book. There is no release date at the time of this video, so I really hope I get one. So that's everything for this one. We'll have to do a new book series. We'll probably stick with Goblin Slayer. So we'll go with Brand New Day, which is like the side story. One of the stories in there is from book 5 of Goblins, or in episode 5 of Goblin Slayer. Look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.